Good afternoon and welcome to another how-to video from Chef at Tasty Food TV blog and Chef at Stoves Dining. I've had a lot of requests on how to prepare artichokes correctly. Now, being the summer, these are actually quite large artichokes. I'm going to show you a different technique. We're not going to cook it whole, we're actually just looking for the base of the artichoke here. Now, in this water preparation I have here, I have 10 parts water to 1 part white wine vinegar, plus I've got sea salt in here. Now, the reason I've got gloves on today, normally I'll have gloves anyway, but when preparation, but today especially because artichokes, when in the raw state, excrete an enzyme which is very, very bitter if you taste it, so it's advisable to wear gloves if you've got the chance. So what we're going to do, we're going to start this off. We're going to take the base off, straight off like that. The best thing to do is globe artichokes discolour really very quickly, so what I tend to do is dip it into your vinegar. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to take the outer leaves off. Now this is actually quite a tough artichoke, so I'm just going to use a serrated edge knife on this one. Yes, we'll take them off. Now the artichoke is a member of the thistle family. Now what you can actually physically eat on it is not much at all. When you look at the actual size of this, we're not really going to end up with much in the end. But it's just, quite interesting to see what we do end up with if you look at the size of it now, and then I'll show you when it's obviously finished. Right, what we do is start to take the leaves off. Now, it's called the artichoke heart, which is obviously the centre bit, which is what we're trying to get today. And the reason why we're doing it like this is to go into a salad. Now, they are very tasty. They add a new dimension to salads. It's a bit of an unusual taste and texture. But by cooking them in vinegar, you keep them as white as possible as well. Plus the fact that it just adds a little bit of another dimension to the artichoke, because it is a different flavour, but it is fairly bland as well. So we'll just take these outer leaves off till we get down to where. So we see that it being such a large artichoke as well, it's actually not tearing back to the heart, which is actually quite good. If it was a younger artichoke, you'd find the leaves ripping further down, which is, you've got to just take a little bit more care with. So we're on to, well, we're getting down to it now because it's changing. If you can see, it's starting to get quite light, and there, if you can see that down there, is actually the heart that we're getting to now. So what we'll do is we'll only take a few more of these off, and then we'll get on with actual preparation of it. I'm actually just going to take a little bit more off here, just to get down to the centre a bit more. So this bit in the middle has lots of what we call feathers in, which is the thistle part of the plant, which we will remove anyway. But what we're going to do now is we're going to trim the base up to where it needs to be. So that there is the heart, the bit in the centre there, that's what you can actually eat. So I'm just going to stop that from discolouring, drop it into the liquid. Now, this is where the fun starts. You need to get a knife. This knife here is called a turner knife. It's a hooked knife. You can use, obviously, a plain vegetable parer knife, but I tend to find that the turner knife is a lot better for the job that we have here. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to start and pull the knife towards us, and I'm just going to start peeling the leaves down. Just take care with this, because this is obviously quite a fibrous plant. You can actually slip with your knife here. Just take extreme care when you're doing this bit. And as I was saying as well, keep putting it into the liquid. This obviously prevents it from discolouring, because like I said, it does oxidise quite quickly. So that is the heart, which is the bit that's edible. So what we're about to do now is about to just take a few more of these outer leaves off. It is quite a time consuming job, but I think it's worth it at the end, because what you actually end up with in the end is quite a, a different dish. You can actually buy these tinned, pre-prepared, but they tend to be the younger artichokes, which you can actually eat more of the leaves, as this is a little bit older. So I've taken a bit more back there, so just take a little bit more of this out. Trim this back a bit more. Into the liquid again, stop the discolouring. You see how I'm turning the knife around, and that's how it gets its name. It's called a turning knife. I'm just carving it down to a nice shape, that's the bit we're looking for. It's this bit here, that's the heart. Now we'll put it back into the liquid again. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to trim this back even further now, because this is the bottom of the leaves as well, which are edible, but they're still on this plant, on this large one, they're probably going to be a little bit unedible. So we're going to trim that back a little bit further. Now by doing this now, we're going to hit the feathers in the centre, which is that centre bit there, which you can probably see, it's all feathery. That's the feathers in the centre of the thistle. Oh, see there, they're all coming out to the chopping board there now. Get rid of that. So I'm just going to put this back into the liquid again, stop it discolouring, and we'll just finish off taking this round. I think this is a lot better way of preparing artichokes and actually eating them whole, because you actually get rid of all the fiddly bits that are involved in artichokes. So what we're going to do now is the bottom of the base of the leaves, we're just going to go in there with a knife just to finish that off, just to round that off. So just to take that round. Now we're actually going to leave the feathers in, because later on, once this has been cooked, I'm actually going to show you what to do with it, how to finish it off. So we're going to leave all them feathers in. So that is the base. This is the bit you can eat, which is the best bit. We'll just trim these back. See, that's starting to discolour already. Oxidises very quickly. So this is very tender now in the centre. So there's the heart of the artichoke. It's the only bit you can actually eat from all that. So we'll leave that in the water, let that submerge in the water. I've got another two to do, which I'll do off camera, and then we'll cook them and I'll show you how to prepare them. If you're looking for any tips or any advice about cooking, drop me a line at chef@stovesdining.co.uk, or drop us a comment at Tasty Food TV blog. Sorry about that, bit of a tongue twister. And then, or you could even send us a tweet on Twitter. It's Stoves Dining on Twitter. So if there's anything you want to know, then just drop us a line.